Vikings had to trim their roster down to 84 spots today, deadline being at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. The moves have been announced. Linebacker Ryan Connolly, along with wide receiver Blake Prohl, were placed on the reserve/pup list, both recovering from torn ACLs. Now, with these designations, they are required to miss at least the first 4 games of this season. The other 2 required moves sent 2 players to waivers. Tight end Sean Byer, who I don't recall hearing his name at all this preseason, and Harrison Hand, which I don't know about this one. On one hand, no pun intended, the cornerback room has a logjam. At the top, you've got P2, Dantzler, Sullivan, Booth, Evans. That's 5. After that, it gets dicey. Chris Boyd, I suppose, all right, he has a year more experience compared to Harrison Hand, but skill-wise, I put Hand above Boyd. After that, Nate Hairston and Perry Nickerson. Argue about Chris Boyd all you want to. Harrison Hand is head and shoulders above Nate Hairston and Perry Nickerson. So after the top 5 in the cornerback room, the remaining 4, in my humble opinion, the Vikings cut the best one. Football-wise, it just doesn't make sense to me. I was really rooting for Harrison Hand coming out of Temple, just because where I went to high school, you graduate, students typically go to one of 3 popular universities. University of Maryland, Eastern Shore, Morgan State, or Temple. And to make it to the league from a school like Temple, to me, that's big time. That boy worked hard. Very impressive. So if he gets picked up off waivers, he'll get another opportunity to hopefully stick elsewhere. Best of luck to Harrison Hand. And I'm a little bit thrown off just because I really wasn't expecting any surprise cuts. Not today. Harrison Hand, he's gone while Perry Nickerson is still on the roster. Amazing. Today was round 2. The final round of cuts going from 80 to 53 is a week from today. And I want to project some notable cuts that I feel is going to happen. We'll start with Janarius Robinson. Patrick Jones and DJ Wonnum clearly ahead of him. And you look at Janarius Robinson, and at least I say to myself, physically, stature-wise, he looks like he should be a beast. Absolutely brutal performance against San Francisco last weekend. Very disappointing. Miles Dorn, I believe his time is up. Cam Bynum is the starter. You drafted Lewisine in the first round. Josh Metellus has outplayed him this preseason. I believe Miles Dorn will be part of the final 27 to be cut next week. Sean Mannion, I believe it's finally happening with the acquisition of Nick Mullins. And one surprise cut that right now you may say, but I can totally see it happening. Jesse Davis. Ed Ingram is the starter. Even in second teams, Davis has been getting absolutely worked. And with Austin Schlottman building the case to be the backup center, that leaves Chris Reed to be the next man up at guard. You still have Kyle Hinton. Now, fiscally, I can see why the Vikings won't do this. They would eat $2 million in dead cap, but it's not like they'd be cutting Kirk Cousins and his contract to go basically bankrupt. They have over $10 million in cap right now, the Vikings do, and they don't seem to be interested in signing a guy like J.C. Treader. They'll be just fine. We're back at it tomorrow. We'll see you then.